Hi, I'm Prophet Natty. Thanks for listening to the Caribbean Cannabis Channel. Meditate with us every Monday as we seek to educate you on the latest developments and personal stories of those shaping the cannabis economy across the region. Now here's your program. Peace and love to the fam. Happy Monday. It's your boy Prophet Natty and welcome back to the Caribbean Cannabis Channel. Today, I have a bit of bad news, but also some good news, and I'm wondering which one to start you off with first. The good news or the bad news? Although you can't answer me, I'll let you know what I like. I like the bad news first, and so that I can end off with the good news. You know, that's the last thing that will be on my mind, so I wouldn't be studying, wow, he just dropped this bomb on us. But in terms of the bad news, this is the last episode of the Caribbean Cannabis Channel, but for season 1. So you wouldn't be hearing my voice next week Monday, unfortunately, or the voice of our guests who have beautiful accents and beautiful voices from across the region, and even our international guests. However, as I made mention, it's just the end of season 1. We have more seasons to come, as well as more guests, more giveaways. We'll be starting some giveaways. Yes, giveaways. I know that we as Caribbean people love free things, and we'll be doing giveaways in some episodes to come. We'll also be doing more initiatives centered on education and benefiting those who seeking to enter the cannabis industry, or even those who are already within the industry and want to learn and develop themselves in different spaces. So you can expect these things to come in our next season and episodes to come. However, even though we will not be on the streaming platforms, we'll still be on our social media pages on Instagram as well as Facebook. On Instagram, you can find us at the Caribbean Cannabis Podcast, and on Facebook, you can find us at the Caribbean Cannabis Channel. Just look out for our logo and you'll see us there. In terms of what we have been doing for this last season, we have been mainly focusing on the both medicinal as well as the business aspect of the cannabis industry across the region. Now, these are two very important parts of the industry and very important to start off with, because these are the aspects that our government is taking first. A lot of our governments are starting off with the medicinal side of it before even venturing further into the cannabis space. We now have some of our island counterparts who have already begun exporting cannabis to different economies across the world, as well as who already began processing, manufacturing different products within their own country. And we are always glad to see that. Some of us are still decriminalizing, some of us hasn't even begun, but we are with our brothers and sisters across the region as we provide them with the education that they need, so that when those industries actually start off, they have a bit of insight, a bit of knowledge as to what to expect and where they can fit themselves in within the industry. Now, some may be wondering, what about recreational cannabis? Now, there's a bit of a debate within the cannabis space about recreational versus medicinal. And where I find myself on that debate, I like to say that there really isn't anything about recreational cannabis. Now, you may use it recreationally, but at the end of the day, you're still getting some sort of medical relief. So whether you had a long day at work, you had an argument, and you want a bit of stress relief, and you're using cannabis as that form of stress relief, it's some sort of medicinal relief that you are getting first and foremost. If you're using it to be more sociable with your friends, again, that is still providing some sort of medicinal relief on a physiological level, allowing you to open up more, remove some anxiety that you may have, all these different things. So whether you are on the side of recreational or medicinal, that is just something to be mindful of. In terms of the business aspect, now there are different places that persons have cemented themselves, as you have seen in episodes previously. Some persons have decided to go on into consultancy. Now you can be a consultant in terms of the products, or you can be a consultant in terms of processing, compliance, even security. There are many different aspects within the cannabis space that one can find themselves in. It's not all about growing the best bud or smoking the best bud. I mean, those are very important parts, don't get me wrong. We can't have the industry without those who grow the plant and those who consume the plant. But there's that place in the middle where you must first comply with the regulations that are in place, as well as these regulations that are in place are meant to give you the best product that there is. Because we have often seen that without the regulations, persons are susceptible to poor quality bud. And poor quality bud diminishes your health. And we want the best health for our counterparts across the region. So, as I said, this is the last episode. You can all find us on our social media pages where we'll be engaging and keeping updated about the stuff that is happening across the region. I've seen that some of our neighboring countries have already begun exporting, manufacturing, and even processing different parts of the cannabis plant in their country, which is very great to see because it just shows that we can do it and that there is a future for the cannabis industry within the region. So we not lose faith in terms of the slow movement of some of our governments. But some of us has yet to decriminalize. Some of us has just decriminalized. No industry in place in terms of for a medicinal market or for importing or exporting. But it's young. We're growing. Pun intended. And there's more to come. Always. With that being said, we just want to thank all our listeners, all our guests, all the supporters that has joined us for the last 12 episodes. And for those that will be joining us for the more episodes to come. If you have anything in mind, any guests that you feel we should have, any topics that you believe we should cover in the seasons to come, be sure to drop us a message on our Instagram or Facebook. Our email is also available for you to shoot us an email letting us know what you think about our podcast. You may want to be a guest on the podcast, or you may have someone who may fit the podcast. Don't be shy. Shoot us your shot, your guest shot, your friendship shot, as they say on the social media. This is it from your friendly neighborhood Rastaman, Prophet Natty. I'll be seeing you soon. Stay educated and stay meditated. God bless. Hi, give thanks for listening to another episode of the Caribbean Cannabis Channel. Be sure to like, share and follow to stay up to date with all the development and behind the scenes happening across the Caribbean cannabis community. Until next time, remember to meditate and educate.